time, guys. Hello guys, I'm the Terran City, and my version of the word Terran City. Terra, I hate movies, in the city, I like movies. You might find that confusing, but just go with it. Now some of you may remember my X-Men Origins Wolverine review. Don't? Well, let me show you this clip.
I think you can watch this on an iPod, but that depends. I don't think that's all. There's a lot of bad stuff and there's good stuff, but while there's a lot of bad stuff, I don't think this is a pretty overrated movie. It's not bad. It's not a bad installment to the franchise, but it is. But it is worth. But this is worth the watch. Now some of you are probably saying, would I recommend this movie? I wouldn't recommend it, but if you guys are huge X-Men fans and like the first 3 X-Men movies, do not check this out. Don't check this out. If you like the first 3 X-Men movies, don't check this out. But if you guys are if you guys like cliched, if you guys are a huge fan of cliched action movies from the 80s, this is worth the price of the admission. I will give this movie this. This movie's gonna get a 7 out of 10. Actually, no, it's a 6 out of 10. But anyway, it's an
Oh, the good old days. Yes, for those of you who don't know, I liked X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now, don't get me wrong, it certainly had issues, especially them ruining Baraka Paul and the CGI not being impressive at times. But it still had its good moments. Some CGI, not all of them, like in Wolverine's claws, were actually pretty decent. Some of the action scenes were pretty cool, and I liked some of the cast here. So it wasn't all bad, but I will admit it is the weakest of them all. We'll talk about X-Men Last Stand afterwards. So I, of all people, was forced by Magneto to review the original trilogy. So here we go. The X-Men Core trilogy. I'm going to be skipping Wolverine because again I already reviewed this, so there's no point to it. So yeah, there you go. So without further ado, let's take a look at it. With the first installment being the first X-Men film, which was X-Men is a 2000 American superhero film that was directed by Brian Cena and stars Hugh Jackman. And basically is the movie that propelled him into popularity. Well, propelled him into being a star now. So yeah, so the concept is that it's based off a comic book, of course, by Stan Lee, and it's basically this. You have two teams. One of them is to protect our world. It's set in a world where humans don't like mutants, and there are 2 teams. One of them protecting humans, and one of them trying to destroy them. The one trying to protect us is the X-Men, led by Charles Xavier. While the bad guys are the Brotherhood, led by Magneto, who want to destroy the world of that. Yeah, and that's all it is. I'm not the best at it, but then again, what am I saying? Anyway. Yeah, that's pretty the plot of the first film, but you know what, I'm just gonna do is just spoil the film, because I really don't know how I can say this, so, sorry guys, but, if you haven't seen the first film, then just watch it, because it's gonna be a lot of spoilers. Anyway, so our movie begins in a Russian, I don't know. Where we see younger Magneto, he's with his parents, but they get separated. He gets knocked out, but before he could do that, he ended up bending a place. We see Anna Paquin, who plays Rogue. She's with her boyfriend, something happens to him. Anyway, we cut to Regina Gray, who's played by an actress who'll be in the Taken trilogy. She talks to this guy who I don't know about. We come back to Rogue, who meets Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman, who was originally played by Gregory Scott, but something happened, so yeah, there you go. So the two have a conversation. Then they get attacked by Sabretooth, and they get rescued by X-Men. They get introduced, and we get the premise of the movie. And then after that, we get introduced as a Cerebro. The guy with the scene with Jean gets kidnapped and ends up having water powers. He escapes from the Brotherhood, but before he can do that, he's told that of what the mutant's plan is, and he makes him immune, of course. He goes to the X-Men, he gets knocked out, he gets killed because of his war powers, he can't stand, and Magneto doesn't realise that it probably won't work. Anyway, So, anyway, to find out what Magneto's plan is, to use the machine to make everyone look like mutants, despite the fact that what we saw in the scene earlier, it will kill them. Anyway, Rogue discovers Wolverine, and she runs away because she thinks everyone despises him, and it was because of Iceman, who turns out to be Mystique. He goes and does a Cerebro, and ends up putting the Professor, does something to the Professor. Everyone else starts to go after Wolverine and Rogue. Rogue and Wolverine gets attacked by Magneto, and the others get attacked by Sabretooth and Toad. They attack the police, and then after that they get kidnapped. But anyway, Rogue gets kidnapped because she needs something. I think, I don't know, probably to. I don't know. It's very complicated. I haven't seen this in a while. Anyway, the X-Men go to the Statue of Liberty. They go fight Mystique, things like the Mystique, Toad, Sabretooth, Wolverine defeats Magneto, rescues Rogue, and they live happily ever after number 4 sequel thing. And that's it. Did you get all that? Okay then. So, yeah, that was the entire plot of X-Men. Thoughts? It's good. I thought it was very enjoyable. I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, that's all I can say. It's fun, it's simple. It's basically, the film is really just an introduction. It's just an introduction to the X-Men, to introduce us to the world of the X-Men, so there's nothing really much to it. The acting is good. Hugh Jackman's great in this film, and he's basically the best part of this whole franchise, even some of the bad ones. So yeah, he does a really good job here. Everyone else does a good job here. Anna Paquin does a good job playing Rogue. She's a bit like Jubilee. If you see the film and watch the cartoons, you know what I mean. But I still thought she did a good job here, even if she didn't act like Rogue. But then again, I haven't read the comics, so I'm not going to go too much into that. Anyway, the rest of the cast are good. Halle Berry didn't do a bad job in the film. She just has some terrible lines in it, one of which you probably know. James Marsden is just anyway, yeah, everyone else is good in this film. The villain's also good. Ian McKellen's great as Magneto. Mystique is good in the film. Davis is also really good. The villains are good. Toad is probably the weakest. He's kind of forgettable. The special effects are great. The action scenes are really well done. The direction is pretty solid. The CGI is good at times. Wolverine's effects are by far the best. Yeah, it's just a fun movie overall. I'm gonna hurry this up, but anyway. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with the film. It's just a setup, really, nothing special. But I'll say this: if you're a comic book fan, or if you want to be introduced to a comic book, then yeah, go watch this. I think you'll have a good time. So yeah, I'll give this a 9 out of 10, only because it is a setup and there were some really weird moments. But yeah, so that's all. But since I have to review the X-Men trilogy, join me next time when I review X-Men 2. Yeah. Yep, okay. That's it. Hopefully Magneto doesn't kill me for this, but yeah, see ya.